If you're wearing these this summer, you're already ahead of the game. But if you're not, I'm sorry, but you're late. The first trend we got to talk about is the tech-inspired running sneakers that are now mainstream. Now, if you didn't know this already, I gotta say you're under a rock, because at this point, I feel like we've been in these tech runner kind of sneaker trend wave for quite a bit. I feel like a little bit in the end of 2024, it was leaked in there a little bit, but I definitely got to say the tech-inspired running sneakers have been mainstream for quite a bit. I'm talking like the Nike Zoom Mirror 5, you got the Asics Gel Kenya 14s, and of course the New Balance 1906R, which I do have a channel review for that sneaker. So if you want to check the video out, I'll put it up here. But besides that, I gotta say these were once looked at as kind of like those gym shoes, or like just things that we're seeing maybe more like a running scenario, or just things like that. But now they're like lifestyle icons, and you even see some of your favorite creators, influencers, and even celebrities rocking these lifestyle shoes. So with that being said, I feel like nowadays in 2025, people want that breathability, they want that comfortability for sure, and they just want some nice sporty sneakers that can be worn in a multitude of scenarios. Now with that being said, you guys, they do go with cargo pants, shorts, and even oversized denim. And I'll give you guys a couple of fit picks to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of inspiration. But I gotta say, I feel like the Asics Gel Kenya has grown on me so much. I feel like when I kind of was barely getting myself started to this whole sneaker game world, those were ones that just stick out to me a lot. I feel like these are the sneakers I need to get on hand and get you guys a little review for. And if you do want that on the channel, make sure to comment down below so I can go ahead and get that really quick, because I definitely will do that. But with that being said, those are literally just some sneakers that are just so clean. Like, you can wear them with so many different outfits. I believe it's in like a white and black. I don't know if they have other colorways, but they probably do. So yeah, these are just fire. But with that being said, don't get too comfortable, y'all, because trend number 3 is going to be something that no one expected to return this near. Now, a little thing I do want to tell you guys before we get any farther, or until we get to at least trend number 2, I do want to say trend number 1 is going to be something that's very surface level, and it's going to be something you probably know about. And as we get further and further to the list, you're probably not going to know about the trends that I'm going to be talking about. So I recommend you stay tuned until the end. Now, trend number 2, we got the foam and clog light silhouettes that are definitely still evolving. I did a video on the Nike React Rejuvenate. People love that video. I did a video on the Crocs Echo Wave. People love that video a lot. Even the comparison video between the two, people are just loving those type of styles. Now, I feel like we kind of thought that this would fade, but nope. The clogs and foams are not going away. Another option besides the React X Rejuvenate and the Crocs Echo Wave has to be the Adidas 22, as far as a slide, not a clog, but definitely that is a great option with nice colorways for the summer. So with that being said, you guys, they are definitely built for the summer outfits, and brands are experimenting with texture, holes, and insane comfort. And I gotta say, the way Crocs went with the Echo Wave was something very interesting to me. It was something that I was not very accustomed to or even expecting. Very much out of my comfort zone, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely did pick a little spoiler, but I definitely did pick the Nike React Rejuvenate over the Crocs Echo Wave because it was more of my vibe. Now, I've heard a lot of people have like split opinions, but ultimately in my video, a lot of people argue that the Crocs Echo Wave was the better one. Now, if you want to check the video out, check it out and tell me which one you like based off your impressions. But for me personally, I gotta go with the Rejuvenate for sure. But with that being said, I don't want to yap about that shoe too much because I definitely can. But a little bonus tip I do want to give you guys for like these clogs and slides is I would go for like a neutral tone. That can be like a bone colorway, like tan. You got the onyx, which is like a blackish colorway gray. That's definitely going to give you that versatility so you can wear it with multiple different outfits. And one thing I will always emphasize on this channel is if you buy something, you definitely want to buy it with the purpose. You definitely want to envision what you have in your collection. I feel like a lot of people do that, but if you don't know already, I definitely would go ahead and tap in and do that. Now, trend number 3, we got the canvas and earthly low tops. Now, I want you to think about Converse, Vans. I believe it's called Mason Maharas. Those are really popping. They're kind of a little bit more trendy, but not as much anymore. Even the J. Jown inspired canvas sneakers. Now, these are known to be lightweight, breathable, and they pair well with linen, cargos, or even oversized tees. Now you want to definitely expect the muted tones, off-whites, and age-looking soles to dominate. Now, I gotta say, I grabbed me a pair of Converse. I don't know if they're Chuck 70s or not, but I vividly remember these Chuck 70s, and they were just one of my favorite pair of sneakers. I used to wear them a lot. I feel like I was in high school at the time. And I spilled, unfortunately, long story short, I spilled a Shirley Temple on them, and it just killed the whole shoe. Because the shoe was white, and imagine all over red Shirley Temple, which ruined my whole vibe. I'm not gonna lie, those are my everyday, like, daily sneakers. So I gotta say, you're definitely gonna like you a pair of like Converse or just canvas sneakers, because they make a really good everyday vibe sneaker. Now, you'll definitely want to hear number 5 on this list, because that's going to be one that's going to cause arguments in the comments. So stay tuned so you can be part of the debate. The number 4, we got the mesh and transparency. Now, we've seen this a lot, especially in the Y2K runners, but breathability is definitely going to be key in the warmer months. And it is definitely getting warmer. Although in California, I don't know why it's raining when it's supposed to be hot. Like, one day it'll be super hot, and next day it rains, which is kind of crazy and annoying. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the rainy days kind of bring like a lower frequency. Let me know if y'all feel the same way. But 2025 is full of mesh paneled sneakers and even translucent uppers. So I want to give you guys a couple of examples to put you on if you don't know these already. One I got is the Nike Zoom Fly 5. We got the Adidas Climate Cool, which I believe a recent one just dropped. I think the 3D pair. And then there's also the Puma Velo Fascist. I hope I said that right, but I'll obviously have a picture in the video. But this trend is all about ventilation, which is ultimately like that breathability. And like the ventilation meets futuristic vibes. So this is definitely great for humid climates. Maybe you're in Florida or what have you, and you still want to keep it stylish. Now, don't pair these up with some long socks unless they're super clean, because they'll definitely will show. Now, trend number 5, y'all. We're halfway through. I got 10 different trends for y'all, so stay tuned. We got a lot to unpack. But trend number 5 is going to be the loud soles and quiet uppers. Now, you might be asking, what does this mean? Now, this is kind of like a quiet flex of sneaker design. And I want you to think of like clean white and beige uppers. But then the sole pops in neon geometric foams or contrast rubber. Now, I know that kind of might be hard to envision, but we got pairs like the On Cloud Monster, which is a phenomenal shoe. One of my racing friends, or not like a racing friend, but he's a friend from high school. He does really good in races and running and things of that nature. He really recommends the Cloud Monster as a really good running shoe. And just to give you a little bit of like credibility or information on him, he is, at one point in time, he was a top runner in California, which is kind of crazy. I believe it was in the 3 mile, but I could be wrong. But with that being said, some more is a Hoka Skyward X and also the New Balance WRPD Runner. Now, a little bit of information on why this is still trending, of like why I feel like it's still trending, has got to be because people are tired of like the overcomplicated uppers, and I feel like now it's all about that structure, comfort, and letting the sole do all the talking. Now, trend number 6, we got Y2K Runners Are Indeed Back. Now, this one definitely shocked me, or not really. I feel like it was something that like the trend just like kept going up, and you never like saw like a downtick. Like, I feel like with Timberlands we're kind of seeing more of a downtick, but I could be wrong, because I feel like every time I say something that's like that, or like try to make a prediction, I feel like people always are like just mad in the comments. But yeah, 2000 performance shoes. Some examples are like the Nike Air Max CL. You got the Adidas Response CL. You got the Mizuno Wave Runner 10. Now, the chunky silhouette, mixed materials, and metallic detailing hit hard in the right outfit. So definitely, y'all, I definitely advocate for having your own individual style. We definitely is not no hype beast over here. So if y'all rock that type of content where we just keep it real, we stay true to our identity, make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell. But with that being said, trend number 5 just might be the one thing that ruins a great fit if you don't do it right. So make sure you stay tuned to figure out what it is. But trend number 7, Velcro and utility details. Now Velcro is no longer for toddlers. I've definitely seen these. I think they're the Diamond Turf Nikes. I've been seeing a lot of those drop recently in 2025 because I do a lot of sneaker release videos every Sunday to be exact. So this is a channel where you can definitely find and stay up top on the newest releases. But besides that, some utilities can include the Nike ACG Mach. You got the Solomon ACS Pro, and then you also do have the Vans New School with zip toggle laces. Now details like straps, toggles, and mesh layers add functional drip to your summer look. So if you're definitely trying to get drippy and just like have a really good style, make sure you're definitely confident though. I feel like one of the things that make an outfit not really look good is your confidence. And if you don't feel good in something, or you just feel like it's not really for you, I definitely would just go to something you feel more comfortable in for sure. Cause yeah, that's at least me personally. I feel like I rock. If I like what I'm wearing and I feel good in it, I'm just gonna have like that much better of attitude and things like that. But I gotta say, this simply works because it's minimal, it's easy to style, and it pairs well with tech wear or relaxed fits, which we know are really in right now. Now, trend number 8, we got 2 more after this. Trend number 8 is the retro basketball silhouettes. We got Jordan 1 lows, we got Terminator lows, Adidas Rivalry, and these are definitely not going anywhere. But what's new is color. I want you to think about light blues, you got a little bit of dusty pinks, yellows, and even lilac. But a tip I do want to give you guys is these colors definitely do stand out without screaming, and they're wearable, but they still will turn some heads. Trend number 9, luxury look minimalism. Now this is gonna be like that old money vibe. That's like somebody, like when you walk in the room, one of these sneakers, it's like people will look at you and look at your sneakers and be like, I don't know what that sneaker is, but I know it costs some bread. And a lot of guys are moving towards like the clean and like luxe looking sneakers with no big logos. And some of these sneakers that I've had on this channel multiple times is like the Axel Arigato Clean 90. You got the Adidas Stan Smith Luxe. You got the Common Projects B-Ball Low and things like that. But you want to pair these up. By any means, I'm not trying to give you guys as like you can only pair these up with, but I'm giving you guys some suggestions if you do want to go ahead and try them out. So you can pair these up with some slim trousers, tailored shorts, or flowy button-ups for a quiet grown man summer vibe. And finally, trend number 10 is going to decide how bold you are this summer. Trend number 10 is going to be color blocking is back, but smarter. So not the wild neon stuff. We're talking elevated palettes, olive green mixed with bone white, rust orange with tan, navy with brown suede. Now these are obviously a couple of just options, but I'm sure there's a bunch of other options out there. Shoes can be like the Saucony Shadow 6000. You got the New Balance 550, which is also known as the Nike Dunk, and then you also do have the Nike Dunk Low Retro PRM. This is simply just trending because you get the boldness of color without sacrificing on wearability. And a little style note I do want to give you guys is match one sneaker color with your fit and keep everything else muted to kind of keep it simple and real easy. But there you go. These are the top 10 sneaker trends for the spring, summer 2025. Or I feel like these are basically going to be timeless, especially if you're not a person of trends. This will basically last you a long time as long as you mess with what you're wearing. I'm telling you guys, this is going to last you a minute. So we had runners, we had clogs, we had canvas classics, and tech silhouettes, all making waves this season. So let me know in the comment section, which trend are you already rocking? Let me know which one surprised you the most and which trend are you absolutely avoiding. Now, if this video helped you out, drop a like and hit the sub button for this channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss the videos that are to come, because we are definitely turning it up. But I got a great follow-up, and this is going to be the best 5 sneakers that you will need this summer, and it's definitely going live with the trend, so I definitely recommend you see it for some more inspo. See you in that one.